I'm Darryl Smith. I'm gonna start my
George.
I'm gonna start my presentation off. Why is it popping up?
Oh, you need to hit F5.
Hit F5.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I just want to start off by saying that, I've been in restaurants for a very long time, almost 20 years. My career that I want to do is business management. I've been a manager before. Been in restaurants, like I said, almost 20 years. Managers has a lot of responsibility in overseeing a lot of things. Their job is very, very hard. They work long hours. They come in maybe sometimes 6 o'clock. Sometimes they don't leave till about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Let's go here. We're gonna go here. This is the assistant manager. Works at a restaurant. A manager always has an assistant under him to help him see things. I always use as an analogy. If you're in a car and you've got two people in the car and y'all driving down the street, sometimes the person on the other side is the person who can see the rear. Can help you see your blind spots, the spots that you can't see. And I think that's come in any relationship you have or whatever you do, just as well as the wait staff or the kitchen staff, because sometimes people notice things that you don't notice. Assistant manager is a person who helps a manager because his tasks are so many and so largely the things that they have to do. And they do just as great a job as a manager. This right here, I chose these people because this is the wait staff. Variety of people. You have servers, managers, kitchen managers, all types of people, bartenders, and those sorts of people there to help you just as well. I was working at Longhorn one time, and we was all sitting down at the table, and I had just got hired for the job. And the manager came to the table, and he said something that was very profound. He said, we had 75 applications, and out of the 75, U5 was picked. And it really made me feel real good because out of 75 people, he said, we went over every restaurant. He said, I know everything about you. We was all sitting there, and I was sitting there in awe. And he said, we know everything about you, and we chose you out of all people. So when you see a wait staff, or just really anybody, even when you go on an interview, the person who's going to hire you going to know everything about you before they even choose you. It's no different, like I said, being in a relationship. People know things about you that that you would rarely think that they would know, and even if they want to get to know you. So when you're dealing with a wait staff, I'm quite sure that a manager and an assistant manager has done a background check or evaluated you or done anything to know everything about you. Now, this is the front of the house. I just chose this because it looked real nice, and I said it was going to be my restaurant. So, a manager and an assistant manager has the front of the house to deal with, and like I said, it's very difficult when you in the restaurant business because it's a lot to contain. It depends on the size of the restaurant, and it's just knowing what you're doing when you do it. They have that position to do. They also have the bar in a restaurant. They have to know the alcohol sales. They have to watch bartenders because, like I said, when you're dealing with people, you know them, but you really don't know them because they could do well for a couple of years, and then the next thing you know, you have a thief on your hands. And it's just something that you have to watch for. Like I said, I've seen many times that you think you know somebody and you don't know them. I've seen some bartenders take money, take tips, and those type of things. Back of the house. This is really where I'm really strong at. I've been doing this. This is what I really do, and this is what I really enjoy. I love the rush. I love just how we have to make everything presentable because it's everything. The back of the house works together. Sometimes you have people who just don't get along. Then you have people who say they're good and they're really not good. But this is the back of the house. I don't think I have it on one of my slides, but really when the health department come in, this is what they look at: the cleanliness, the sanitation, is everything everywhere it's supposed to be. Temperature gauges in the freezers and the coolers, those type of things that they look for. I put down here, kitchen at its finest, and cooks always work together. I don't care how mad we get. When it comes down to this food, this is important. This is what's first, you know, because like we said, customers come first, and we have to make sure that they're happy. I put this on here because I said either win or go home. Your presentation is everything. How you present it is the most important thing. How that food goes out and how somebody else look at it, because everybody in here is eating at a restaurant. And if it don't look good, you ain't gonna eat it. And you're gonna hand it back to the server and say, hey, look, this is not appropriate. This is not what I ordered. So presentation is everything. This is one of the things that the manager look for, because he stays in the window more than anybody and will work your nerves, you know, because he's the guy that say, hey, this is not right. He'll slide the plate back. Like I said, I chose this one because it was, when I saw this picture, this is what it really comes down to. It comes down to presentation of how you present something to a person. The wait staff, and like I said, this is my last slide. I wanted to put some more in there, but the wait staff have to come bring food out and present it to the people. And this is what the manager also checks for. And at the end, the manager comes around the table to make sure everything is looking good. Is the food fine? Did it come out fast enough? And that's basically how it goes. One of the things of it is, I think that's it, yeah. One of the things of it is that a manager has so much to deal with when it comes down to being in the restaurant, just as well as an assistant manager, of making sure the food comes out, ordering food. They have to deal with beer and alcohol people, making sure the kitchen is ran correctly and smoothly, food going out properly. They have a high demand, but since I've been in it for so long, and I kind of love the rush and being behind it, the reason why I chose this profession is because I wanted to make more money. Approximately, their salary is right now at $47,000 to $50,000 per year. One of the things that I've always been in a restaurant business, and two times I've gotten promotions without going to school for the education. I was in Dalton, Georgia. My brother is the one who really got me into restaurants, because he shared something with me that I'll never forget. He said, once you work in a restaurant, you'll always have a job. And that's very true. It's not a day yet I have not worked. And but I just looked within myself after doing it for 20-something years. And I've been promoted quite a few times, but I want the education behind it. I had slides on that, but as you can see, it kind of got screwed up, but that's okay. I wanted to I wanted to come to college because I wanted the education behind management, and I just believe in myself that I'm more than chicken wings, I always say. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than pushing wings out the window. After this, I just want to see my career and my life go a little bit further than what it is. I can't say it best. I told them at Roosters, I said, we sell wings, we don't sell dreams. You know, so now it's just time for me to follow my dream. This is one of my dreams. I have many other dreams that I want to do. This will be a part of it. If I happen to own my own restaurant, I want to create jobs for other individuals who deserve a second chance, because I got a second chance. So I think I have the right to give somebody else a second chance if my life is to become in business management. So I might open my own restaurant one day. Right now, I just need to learn the whole logistics of how things go. Thank you.